Ask yourself this: why would the CIA officials, astrophysicists, and former directors of national intelligence all come forward right now and all at the same time in the same film? And why would some of them suddenly abandon language and start talking in spiritual terms? The movie Age of Disclosure doesn't just reveal UAPs and non-human craft. It reveals the next phase of the narrative, because in this movie, top insiders go further than ever before, describing these beings in ways that sound less extraterrestrial and much more like earlier ancient generations, some openly even calling them demonic. That's the part no one wants to talk about. And tonight, we're breaking it wide open. Let's go.
You're watching The Big Picture.
All right, you are watching The Big Picture, and I'm telling you, tonight is a very special episode. We are extremely excited to have you here tonight. It's going to be a little bit different. We're going to break down the new movie, The Age of Disclosure, and we're going to have a special guest coming in later in the show pretty soon, none other than L.A. Marzulli. But right now, she's not a guest. She is the co-host of The Big Picture. Show some love for the queen.
I'm coming in hot, little hot. It has been a power-packed, amazing, fast-paced, awesome day.
Yeah, and it's about to get even better.
It's about to get even better.
Y'all, we stepped up our game. We got the Star Force shirt on. Got the Area 51 shirt on.
Space Force.
What I say? Star Force? Star Force. I'm okay.
Yeah.
But look, we're excited because tonight we have none other than L.A. Marzulli is going to be coming in later. I mean, it's crazy.
Great.
I watched his take on the new movie, The Age of Disclosure.
Yes.
And I just called him and I said, "Hey man, I know this is last minute." I said, "We're watching it right now, and we're gonna do a quick response to it." And I said, "I just started yours, so would you maybe come on or do a show later?" And he said, "Hey, for the Big Picture audience, I'll do it tonight." So a little bit later tonight, live from somewhere in an undisclosed location in California.
Somewhere on the West Coast.
Will be none other than L.A. Marzulli. All right, Sandy. So we've watched the program, The Age of Disclosure.
It was a quick watch. Didn't get to get every little scene in, but yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
you haven't seen it.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to really break it down and analyze it like we're going to. We're going to go back and watch it. By the way, if you want to watch it, it is on Amazon, and it is it's the most expensive rental there is I've seen in a long time. It's like $18.99 to rent it, or like $22 to buy it.
Buy it.
So we just bought it because we're going to need to do some research in it.
Go ahead and buy it.
All right. So what's your hot take? We've got some bullet points that we're going to talk about, but initially, before we really dive deep into it, and we're going to fire the trailer in just a minute and some clips from it. But what was your gut feeling? Because, like I said, we did have a busy day. We come in on two wheels.
Oh my goodness!
So what was your initial take?
First of all, I would say information overload for me. I don't know if you'll feel the same, but it is a lot.
It is a lot.
It is just like this is not some sit down with your coffee. This is a fast-paced, one person, one account after the next, just pounding home the point that this is real.
Yeah.
Brace yourself.
Yeah.
Your government has kept this from you.
That's what they say over and over.
For at least 8 decades.
Yeah.
At least.
Well, it's the strongest disclosure documentary ever released. I mean, I think, wouldn't you not say that is, it's got the most strongest language of anything we've ever seen.
I enjoyed the Bob Lazar film from, 4 or 5 years ago that we rented, purchased, whatever.
Yeah.
And I found that interesting. I found it helpful. But this goes far beyond that.
Yeah.
There are so many players, individuals have been brought into this documentary, and they almost speak as one man. They almost speak as one voice. It is just so much concerning. Over and over. It is concerning. When I hear, and I didn't hear this necessarily throughout, when you hear multiple people saying the same thing over and over, like the same phrases, like they've been giving their marching orders and they've been giving their talking points. I would not say that this movie is that, but it is so many people giving so many accounts and confirming that, yes, it's real. Yes, it's real.
And if these kind of programs interest you, then go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, help us build the Big Picture family. One of the things I noticed that was unprecedented is that there was equal number of Democrats and Republicans saying the same thing.
Okay.
I mean, and in fact, Luna was on there. And one of the things that she said, in my time in Congress, this is the only issue that I have ever seen ever brought before us where it is 100% bipartisan, where there is no pushback either side. Everybody says the same thing. They want to see the truth. Yeah. And of course, it had Harry Reid. The late Harry Reid was.
Yes.
In fact, they even say in the movie that Elizondo, is that Lou Elizondo?
Lou Elizondo.
He says none of this would be possible without Harry Reid.
He absolutely said that.
Yeah.
And I can remember when he was still alive, him speaking, him trying to get into this and roadblocks one after another because it's so guarded. Yeah. It is so guarded. And, you said a moment ago, okay, everybody's saying the same thing. Wouldn't be surprised at all if one of these individuals in the documentary is a gatekeeper.
Sure.
I'm not completely comfortable with Lou Elizondo, and he is prominent throughout.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's like the narrator, but he probably speaks more than anybody.
He's not the narrator, but he's the main face.
He seems to be the main face.
Yeah.
I tried to stay with the entire documentary from beginning to end. It was hard to commit that much time, bumping up against Showtime, coming right out of a major event today. But yeah, I'm not completely convinced that he's not a gatekeeper.
Well, look,
just not.
We're going to break it down tonight. We're going to show you the trailer in just a few minutes if you haven't seen it. Answer the question with Hannah Handlor. This is not an L.A. Marzulli film. L.A. is going to respond and react to the film.
This is by, let's see, I've got his name, Dan Farah. Dan Farah. And I don't know any of his other work, but this is a Dan Farah production.
And look, if the disclosure is obviously beginning. It's beginning. We've been covering it here, and we've said it's. And by the way, we also covered a show where several people said it's actually going to kick in from Huntsville, Alabama.
Oh, that was a great show.
Yeah. So there's some things that are coming. This is the next phase. And by the way, when I was talking to LA on the phone, he's going to break something tonight on our program regarding the rungs of disclosure in this film. So you need to stay tuned for that. He's going to come in somewhere around the top of the hour, maybe a little bit before 8 o'clock Central Time. But we're going to show you a few things and talk about it, break it down as we go forward.
Oh, look at Dietrich Lynn making a proclamation out here.
What are we saying?
Soon they are going to interview one of these interdimensional beings.
Something. They're going to interview something. But here's the thing. If this disclosure is beginning, I believe it is. I believe, obviously the disclosure's agenda is not good. So it's like, we're not on here making a show. Woohoo, we're excited the UFOs are coming. No, we know what the ultimate goal is going to be. It's going to be try to bring them out as our creators, to bring them out as our seed planters. Yeah. That's what this agenda is really about.
I mean, it's ultimately about control or a big step towards control. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Seriously?
So we see in here, Dana Eisenhower's agreement with some ET to use some animals and some human unknown, and what we did receive back. We've heard that. And look, he's in the film. There's a couple of black and white videos of him talking about trying to warn, he called it the military complex, industrial complex, but others have said that was the best that he was given permission to say, but it was beyond just the military. So let's watch this trailer. This is the trailer for the film, The Age of Disclosure.
The American people are ready to receive the truth.
Humanity is not the only intelligence in the universe.
Humanity is not the only intelligent species.
We are absolutely not alone.
Non-human intelligence exists.
UAPs are real, they're here, and they're not human.
I spent 25 years as a senior official with the CIA.
I worked on highly classified UAP programs.
28 years as an astrophysicist.
I served as the 4th Director of National Intelligence.
Director of Aviation Security in the National Security Council.
A one-star admiral after 32 years of service.
People that come forward with this, I feel like they've taken their life in their own hands.
I was recruited to a highly sensitive government program that investigated unidentified aerial phenomenon.
For over 16 years, on behalf of the U.S. government, I worked as a senior intelligence official on the unidentified aerial phenomenon topic.
We learned that the U.S. government was involved in a long-running secret war with other nations to collect and reverse engineer vehicles not made by humans.
I have seen with my own eyes non-human craft and non-human beings.
So look at that thing. It's rotating. There's a whole fleet of them.
The first country that cracks the code on this technology will be the leader for years to come.
China has established its own version of a UAP task force.
You think for a second that they wouldn't consider using it to achieve their ends of domination?
This is similar to the Manhattan Project. This is the atomic weapon on steroids.
This is so secret. Very, very few people in our entire government have been allowed access to it.
Even presidents have been operating on a need-to-know basis, but that begins to ramp out of control.
It's not acceptable to have secret parts of government that no one ever sees.
You better be careful about a government.
So just in that little bit of clip, we're going to finish it, but you saw Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, man, woman.
Yep.
So this is like a universal topic here. And that's what makes me believe that this is probably not good for us.
America doesn't trust its people because there's no telling what they'll pull on you.
This is the biggest discovery in human history.
You had information being locked away that could change the trajectory for species.
It has so many beneficial impacts, including clean energy.
We should have disclosure today. We should have disclosure tomorrow. The time has come.
Wow.
I'll tell you this. It's a far cry from that nothing burger we got in the hearings or whatever that was 4 years ago, coming up on 4 years ago or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I have a question. I wonder if the timing of this release, I mean, you know, here we are right at Thanksgiving, coming up on these major holidays, and people are going to be coming together and sitting around, not at work, some free time on their hands. Maybe it's an awesome time to just mull this over and talk about it with the family and throw something up on the social media platforms and so forth. And obviously, I don't know to what level, but surely some news channels and will be picking it up, and I don't know. Thanks, Vic, for that wonderful super chat.
Thank you for that super chat, Vic.
But yeah, so I have that question: was this released right now for that reason? Was there another reason? I'm just
let's
curious.
not forget that just a couple of days ago, the Epstein files.
Yeah.
So of course the release date for this has been set for a while, but can we put it past them releasing the Epstein files, knowing this was going to come out on the same weekend that they voted to release the Epstein files?
I'm always curious curious about that, aren't you?
Yeah,
the timing of things and the placement of things.
Well, one of the things Marco Rubio said in that trailer is he said presidents have been on a need-to-know basis. We talked about that long time. Well, the producer, Dan Farrow, has come out this week and said President Trump could reveal the existence of non-human intelligent life in the near future, says the documentary director.
Yeah, I found that very interesting when he said that.
The most significant presidential announcement in human history might just be around the corner. Dan Farrow, the director behind the explosive documentary The Age of Disclosure, tells Entertainment Weekly that he believes the release of his film, could lead to the President of the United States publicly revealing the existence of non-human intelligent life. Quote, "I think it's only a matter of time before the release of this film is followed by a sitting president stepping to the podium and telling the world, we are not alone in the universe." It's the most significant moment a leader could possibly have. Through shocking testimony from 34 U.S. government, military, and intelligence community officials, including former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, current Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, the film explores what many in the interview subjects describe as, quote, an 80-year global cover-up of non-human intelligent life and a secret war among major nations to reverse engineer advanced technology of non-human origin. In the film, interview subjects, including Secretary of State Rubio, also explain how senior politicians, even the president, might be kept from in the dark about such a momentous secret.
Right. And I will say about Rubio, I haven't been a big fan of his. I think I'm becoming a bigger fan currently, like at this moment. I thought he did well. I thought he spoke well in this documentary. Whether or not he was telling the absolute truth, no, I don't know. But I liked his calm demeanor. And, you know, we need to realize this guy, I don't know what all he's being privy to, but he's probably had a lot laid at his feet and put on his plate.
Absolutely.
In these last months of his life.
And many people believe that he will probably run as the vice president to J.D. Vance.
Maybe.
But think about Donald Trump, okay? If Donald Trump is said, okay, either you or the next president is going to tell the world that aliens exist, what do you think Donald Trump's going to say? There ain't no way in this world Donald Trump is going to say, I'll leave it for the next guy.
No way.
There is no way.
Listen to me, guys. This is perfect for Donald Trump,
Absolutely.
Our president.
Absolutely.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He probably would look, this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
He's like,
as
come on.
As if I haven't already sealed my legacy.
Yeah, exactly. He'd be like, these aliens are huge. They're huge.
Exactly. And listen, we've said so many times on this program, his uncle,
Remember,
John George Trump. Is that his name?
Yeah, remind him. Is it Fred?
No,
it's not Fred.
He had access to some of Tesla's
Files.
Most important papers, research.
He took them out of his room when he died.
Right. And
of natural causes.
I've just always believed Donald Trump either heard of what his uncle saw or maybe he saw it firsthand. I just have to believe it.
Yeah, you would think that he knows something.
Got to.
But let's go back to this real quick, and then we're going to show you another clip, and we're going to talk about this. And don't forget, if you're coming in late, L.A. Marzulli, the man, the myth, the legend, the voice in this topic, wrote the book, The Rungs of Disclosure. Been on our show many times. I've been on his show.
Yep.
Won't be long. We'll be going out to California, and we'll be doing a show in person with him.
Hope so.
He's invited us out there. So we're excited about that. But he's going to be joining us at the top of the hour. It's just right around 30 minutes from now. He'll be calling in live on the air from California. He's already been breaking this down. He has, he's analyzed it. I mean, he's broke it down. I mean, there's nobody better. And he literally said, for the Big Picture family, I'll do it. I'll do whatever y'all need because I love the Big Picture family.
He is.
He's awesome.
He's all up in this. He went to New Mexico.
Yeah.
I can't remember the person that escorted him out, and they found what they say is part of this alien craft.
Yep.
They found
They found the metal.
These metals that really can't be identified as being from here. So he's been on the trail, like he says, on the trail of the Nephilim.
Yeah.
But he's been on the trail of the UFO as well for many years.
So in this film, CIA, the DIA, Pentagon, astrophysicists, military insiders, they're all here. And they're all, as you said earlier, saying the same thing. Yeah. The government is openly acknowledging repeatedly. They're not saying there might be. I mean, on this documentary, they're saying these are people that have lifelong career people are saying there are non-human intelligence.
Yeah, and let's be clear. I think you said this earlier. We're talking about politicians. We're talking about physicists. We're talking about people. Generals. People from, different backgrounds. Some of them kind of younger. You've got David Grush going to make an appearance.
Yeah.
You've got some middle-aged people. You've got Hal Puthoff, however you pronounce his name. He's got to be in his 80s.
Yeah.
Is there a Victor Davis or the guy?
The other guy that's always talking to him?
Yes.
To the main guy?
I can't remember source.
Yeah, he's the one that said, he openly says in this program, he goes, when I begin to see these things, he's the one that says he's seen alien beings, not just crafts, but actual alien beings is what he says, whatever they are. And he said, so when I begin to push Congress and push these intelligence people to let's discuss this, and they pushed him back and said, you don't want to mess with this because these are demons. And he says it in a negative way, like making fun of people that believe in demons. He goes, you want to tell me that we can't investigate this because they're demons? So what I'm trying to tell you is there are, at the very least, high-ranking intelligence and military officials who are openly saying, we need to leave this alone because these are not aliens. These are demonic forces. He says it in the film.
He did say that. I'm trying to give full attention to this, but I can't at that moment when that was being said. Do you think that was a disclosure or a tactic to try to persuade him, look?
Well, I mean, whoever it was and whatever he was doing, he told the truth because they are demonic.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I mean,
yeah,
it's really crazy.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but if you're watching this program, and look, we got people that watch the big picture from all different genres and all different parts of this line here of belief system in aliens.
Yes.
But if you believe that the aliens that are out there, whatever you call them, are wanting to come and help us,
right?
I hate to break it to you, man. You have drank the Kool-Aid.
Sure.
Because I'm telling you, they are not our friends. They are not. This disclosure that's coming out is not so that we can feel all warm and fuzzy about the future.
Right.
They're going to promote energy. You heard them say it in the trailer.
Yes.
Blue energy, just like the show V.
And it seems like it's going to be right on cue as we need so much more energy.
For AI. What is the one thing? What do we say all the time? The one thing that all these AI people say that we got to have if we're going to grow AI, energy. And so lo and behold, there's going to be low cost or no cost energy. And then there's going to be the cures to cancer. And then there's going to be, by the way, we can, it says it in this movie, Age of Disclosure, that, man, the one part that was wild, I was in here working, I was listening to it, and I can't wait to go back and actually break it down and watch it. But they were talking about how in a certain amount of time, multiple occasions, they lost control completely of their nuclear weapons. And that there was one point, did they not say that we lost control of the defense of North America or something to that extent?
Is that the Maelstrom event?
I don't remember what it was, but they were talking about that these aliens or these crafts came in and took over all of the controls of nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get it back until they just left. And then all of a sudden everything come back on. I don't know if all this is true or not, but these are very powerful people saying this.
Yes. I mean, there are those claims. There are also the description of how these crafts travel. What do they call it? In the time-space bubble
that
or
was
something
wild.
like that? They're like, when you are in the time-space bubble, speaking of the UFO or the craft, you're not affected by the outside. And he even goes as far as to say, whether in space, whether in Earth's atmosphere, or whether under the water.
Yeah, that's right.
Either of these mediums does not affect how you move, how you travel.
So I don't remember the numbers, but they were talking about the fastest craft that we have in the world, how fast it could go. And these crafts that they have clocked have been going like 10,000 to 20,000 miles per hour.
Even higher.
And
One report even higher.
Yeah, and it was like it would rip any bodies apart. And they said even if it was a drone, at that speed, the drone would come apart. And it couldn't handle it. So it's like, we've seen these things, and they said they've clocked underwater craft going 500 and 600 miles an hour underwater.
And here's
with no wake.
Here's another interesting point. And he wasn't talking about going at this very top speed, although you might be able to do that, that the beings, if there were beings in this craft, it would be like they were sitting there,
Yeah, not even being affected.
Not even being affected. So it's just that whole space-time continuum thing. Apparently it's real.
Well, according to them.
According to them.
But hey, one of the things I talk about in the book is, breaking down the technology that came from the fallen angels and from other dimensions. So look, we're going to say that there's possible that kind of technology exists, but that's technology that exists outside of our dimension. And the thing that made it illegal in the spirit realm was that it wasn't supposed to come to us. But somehow it came to us. So let's go over here and let's watch a little bit of this interview where the producer came on talking about the age of disclosure on Fox News with Brett Baer. This is a very interesting interview.
Tonight, we get a first look at a new documentary on UAPs and what government officials may know about top secret programs on the subject. It features testimony from 34 high-ranking government officials. My colleague Brett Baer speaks with the director and producer of The Age of Disclosure.
We've had repeated instances of something operating in the airspace over restricted nuclear facilities, and it's not ours.
They have both deactivated and activated nuclear weapons with both the United States and Russia.
These are otherworldly things that are performing maneuvers that haven't been seen.
The UAP activity surrounding nuclear weapons is not a historic issue. It's an ongoing issue.
Well, joining us now to talk about his new film, The Age of Disclosure, is director and producer Dan Farah. He says the documentary reveals an 80-year cover-up of non-human intelligent life and a secret war among major nations to reverse engineer advanced technology of non-human origin. The film will be released in select theaters in New York, Washington, and Los Angeles on November 21st. Also available worldwide to purchase and rent on Prime Video. Dan, thanks for being here. You've been working on this for more than 3 years, and you say this is going to be a groundbreaking documentary.
Yeah. I interviewed 34 extremely high-level military, government intelligence officials who all have direct knowledge of this issue. Much of what they know is classified, but in this film, they break their silence on what they can lawfully disclose.
I mean, there's a lot of skepticism, as you know. There's a lot of stigmatism about this issue. But as you're talking to all of these people and you're building these blocks for this movie, you get to the point where it's not a matter of if it's happening or if it's real.
Yeah. So.
Okay, let's stop that, and we're going to go right back to it.
Yeah.
But he makes it very clear. It's no longer a matter of if. You make it clear that it's real.
Yeah. And I believe LA, in a video from maybe 2 days ago, poses the question or the point. Here we have the most conservative part of Fox News. Brett Baer, he calls him the most conservative, interviewing this man, Dan Farah, the producer, the creator of Age of Disclosure, about all of these things. And let's go all the way back to, and I was there in December 2017, that first airing of Tucker Carlson with the Tic Tac. It was the end of the year. I could not believe what I was seeing and hearing. And we go from there to coming through all of these hearings and all of these news pieces and all the things of debunking and people embracing this. And to this point where we are right now, look how far this has come.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're talking about at least 2017 to now. That's 8 years. What is 8 years?
It's nothing.
Amongst 8 decades.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, they're no longer slow walking us to the conclusion, all right? Am I saying it right?
You're saying it right, man.
They're not slow walking us anymore, because guess what? I believe if they wanted to stop or put a kink in the release of this documentary, they could do it.
Absolutely.
And if you watch the documentary, you'll probably hear more than one person say, fearful for their life. You will hear the interviewer say, I had people that wouldn't come forth because they were too afraid. They were afraid for their lives, their families' lives. But still, look where we are. There's enough people who are willing to take that risk to bring us to this point.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. Let's continue.
Every single person I interviewed made it very clear that it was no longer a question of whether this was a real situation. It's a very real situation.
Humanity is not the only intelligence in the universe.
Humanity is not the only intelligent species.
We are absolutely not alone. Non-human intelligence exists.
UAPs are real, they're here, and they're not human.
The questions now are,
Can't
who's
get more clear
controlling
than
the
that.
UAP? Where do they come from? And what is their intention?
This sounds, I mean, it's hard for everybody to digest. And an 80-year cover-up with a country that keeps it deep and dark, and it hasn't gotten out. That's the tough part for people to buy into.
Yeah, so a number of the officials in my film make it clear that a long time ago, this topic was moved away from congressional oversight and even away from the oversight of the President of the United States. And there are certain elements within our government and within defense contractors that have really been gatekeeping the knowledge about this topic.
And there are people in this film who are respected in their fields who say they have seen these craft and have seen the recovered non-human bodies.
I have seen with my own eyes non-human craft and non-human beings.
They go on the record about the fact that there have been crashed craft that have been recovered. In some cases, there's been non-human bodies in these craft, they claim. And these are people who are putting their reputation and their names on the line. You know, often you hear people say, show me the evidence. In my opinion, 34 extremely credible people putting their name and reputation on the line is the best evidence, because we live at a time where you can put a video or a photo out and everyone will, half the people out there will say it's fake or
because
AI.
Of AI and everything else. The title is Age of Disclosure, and do you think that this is going to start something bigger? The premise of this is that there is a race to reverse engineer what has been recovered by different countries, essentially competing against one another.
Yeah, so one of the big reveals in the film that a number of the interview subjects share is that elements of the U.S. government are in a high-stakes secret Cold War race with adversarial nations like China and Russia to reverse engineer technology of non-human origin.
Yep. And you'll hear them talk about this race they're talking about. We cannot allow another country to get out ahead of us.
Yeah.
We can't be in the position of having to play catch up, even though, quite frankly, I feel like we probably are in not the space race necessarily, maybe in some of our war efforts. Maybe Russia really does. Maybe Russia is really putting us to shame with their latest submarine. Maybe China is putting us to shame with maybe just the mere number of new craft, of new pieces of equipment. I don't know, but I think we got a little lazy in our country.
Yeah, I agree.
And we forgot how very important the race was. Again, not the space race, just the military race. But then there's this whole other thing, this whole other level. You got to take it up another notch.
And then, you know, you remember what Jesus said. He said, "See that you've been not deceived, as in the days of Noah."
Yes.
So there is a nation race, but then there's also a spiritual race. Yes. I mean, the enemy knows the signs of the times better than most church people. So he realizes, okay, if I'm going to do anything, this race has got to start running. Think about Paul talked about, I'm running the race. It's a race. It's a race. It's always been a spiritual race. And when you become the final generation, you're going to see things rapid fire. I mean, think about how quick things come on the news and we're like, what in the world? And 2 days later, we forgot about it. Exactly. And it's like, so here's where we're at. You know, by the way, nobody's talking about Epstein tonight.
Oh, no.
No. Nobody.
Mm-mm.
So it's like they've mastered the ability to squirrel. But this is a big squirrel. This is a big squirrel. This is, and like I said, MARZULLI is going to join us in about 15 minutes, so don't go anywhere. And when he comes in, he's going to break something about the rungs of disclosure of where this goes in that and what it's going to mean. But let's talk about where this thing moved from. You know, all our life we heard it called UFOs. Mm-hmm. It was very strange that they changed it to UAP.
Exactly.
And it's like, to this day, I'll be honest with you, I don't even really know why that was necessary. Do you? Why do they even say that's necessary? Why can't we just call them UFOs?
Well, obviously, I believe that was a tactic to confuse people.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Confuse me.
We've called it UFOs for decades and decades. And now you want to put this UAP? Well, you put that in an article. Someone is reading, looking through news articles. They might gloss right over that.
UAP, I don't know what that is.
They don't even know what that is. Just keep going. But I'm sure there's other reasons for it as well.
And then, look, let's think about, this is all strategic. So they go from UFO to UAP.
Mm-hmm.
Then think about this. They go from ET, extraterrestrial, to now non-human intelligence.
Sure.
Why was that necessary? Why?
What did it do for you? I mean, you were just coming into this scene when these things are beginning to happen.
Yeah.
UAP and all of this. What did it do for you as a person that hadn't never delved into this?
Well, it made me really want to delve into it more because it was like, okay, some kind of agenda is going on, because what would it hurt even if your purpose and your agenda was to start rolling this out? Why did you have to get away from extraterrestrial? Part of my theory is that they knew that had become such a part of Hollywood, ET and all that, and they needed something that sounded a little more scientific, that wasn't so much sci-fi. So you got UAP. What is that? What is the UAP? I can't anomalous.
Unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Phenomena. Phenomena. Phenomena.
You can find a reason to sing and dance to almost
Absolutely.
It's just amazing.
Absolutely. Come on, now it's stuck in y'all's head because y'all going, "Manamana, dun, 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 dun." Okay. But then they went from extraterrestrial to non-human intelligence.
Yeah.
Why? Why couldn't you have just left it at extraterrestrial? Why? Because I think they're sort of trying to project, and it's almost like what you always talk about, the predictive program. They got to tell you certain things before they do it.
Right.
And so extraterrestrial means from another planet. Non-human intelligence could be, and this is one of the things they say in the movie, maybe this is a offshoot of humanity that evolved billions of years ago into a different direction, and they went under the water, and they've been living down there. They literally say this in there, that they've been living underwater, and they've been managing all of us little minions that hadn't evolved, and that's why they call it non-human intelligence. And another thing they said about the ocean, they said, look, we have HD pictures of the moon and of Mars, but we don't even have pictures of 80% of the bottom of the oceans of the world, that we haven't explored 80%.
75% of this planet is covered by ocean.
And 80% of that we've never investigated.
That's a lot of ground, underwater to cover.
Well, that one of the guys says, if I'm an alien from another country, from another planet, and I want to hide here, I go in the water. So is that why more and more people are talking about the water now and not space?
We've been hearing, I would say for myself, probably 6-7 years, underwater bases.
Yeah.
The USOs, the unidentified submersible objects.
Why ain't they called phenomena? Phenomena.
They may be.
Why? I can't say the word phenomena without
singing it. Oh, wow. Okay.
But seriously, UFO, but now you're going to call it a USO? Why is it not a phenomena?
Yeah, and why did they change the purview of all of, I don't want to say the management, I guess at least the research of all of this? Did it not come out from under the purview of the Air Force, and now it's under the purview of the Navy?
Go figure that.
How convenient when
we used to look up in the sky.
When there's so much talk now about, underwater bases.
Yeah.
I mean, you just said they're controlling us up here from under the water. I mean, I'm not saying I believe that.
Right,
okay.
exactly.
I'm just saying, what a turn of hand here.
So in the film, experts start talking about spiritual things. Remember when they had the quote unquote hearings and they went in the skiff and they came back out of the skiff? several of the senators and representatives said, what did they tell you? Well, the reporter said, what did they tell you? Well, they told us that they were interdimensional beings. They literally said that.
They did.
Interdimensional beings, not interplanetary, interdimensional.
So how long ago, the event you're talking about, how long ago has that been?
Well, it's been about 3 years ago. Two and a half, 3 years ago.
2, maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got some people that have really come to the front of the line in this, even women, Anna Paulina Luna, is it Nancy Mays?
Yeah.
This documentary,
Jill Gillibrand, she was on the documentary. She's from New York. Kristen Gillibrand, yeah.
This documentary was the first time I've probably missed a lot, but it's the first time I can remember her speaking, or I should say I've seen her speaking. But like I said, you've got younger people, middle-aged people, older people, all giving their perspective, because you've got military, you've got politicians, you've got people from scientific backgrounds, and they're all pretty much in agreement, right?
Oh, yeah. It's the most bipartisan thing we've ever seen.
Like lockstep.
Which should scare us to death. They can't get along on anything, but they're all getting along on this?
Exactly.
Is that not, when I say scared to death, but we ain't got no spirit of fear.
No.
But some of the things that they are admitting in this documentary, and by the way, we encourage you to go watch it. It don't have any cussing. It's not, it's just, you got to be prepared to hear theories that might not line up with your spiritually speaking, because there's all kinds of things. But they're talking about entities that shut down nuclear missiles at will. They have technology beyond anything on Earth. They've interacted. This is what they say openly. They have been interacting with our military on all levels, in all branches, for decades. Yes. They have programs that exist outside of congressional oversight, and information has been tightly controlled, 80-year cover-up. And, of course, they say in this documentary that the timing right now is very intentional and that the rollout has begun.
That's the part that gets my attention, because we've been getting drip, 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 but it's like it is speeding up. And I'm coming from the perspective and the aspect that probably things like this don't get to happen unless somebody way up the chain wills it to be so. And I can't remember, was there a lot of talk or any talk about the amount of money that has been spent for the cover-up? And quite frankly,
trillions.
How long is the body count?
Yeah.
Because there have been multiple people taken out for the sake of keeping this quiet.
No doubt. No doubt.
I believe we have given other countries, other nations money under the auspices of some kind of help. Like we're helping them, right?
Yeah.
But what if it was hush money? Look, we know you have downcraft. We know you have things. We know you want to come out and say things to the world. But here, take this money, take this aid, we'll call it aid, and be quiet. Because we, the United States of America,
say it.
We're not ready. That's the way I feel about it.
I think you're spot on. I think you're absolutely spot on. I think that's where we're at.
Do you remember talk about payoffs?
Yes.
In this documentary?
Yeah. There's payoffs, and there is discussion of the lives that you're speaking of.
Sure.
That they openly say, uh-oh.
Is he here?
He's calling in.
It's
we're gonna bring him in just a moment.
All right, guys.
Let me make sure that we got him in here.
I see him.
He's in the green room waiting. We're about to bring in none other than the man. I'm talking about some people. I say this a lot: the man, the myth, the legend. But y'all, this is the man, the myth, the legend.
He is the original.
He is the original, y'all. He is.
We got the OG in the house.
We got the OG in the house now. Now I had to set up these scenes to right before the show, so I hope they work. But ladies and gentlemen, the crowd goes wild. Let's welcome in none other than L.A. MARZULLI.
Oh, come on.
You guys are totally unbelievable.
No, sir. This is your moment.
Yes.
This is you're the OG.
Oh yeah. Hey, you were born for this, man.
You were born.
This is your lane right here. So LA, how are you doing, first of all?
Well, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on. Great to see you both. I was just telling Peggy about you, and the two of you need to get together.
Yes.
We are the alternate Thelma and Louise. So y'all just need to know.
Oh yeah. Well, I said earlier in the show that we're looking forward to going out west and hanging out and meeting you guys and just y'all. I'm gonna just tell you something. LA he's known all around the world for this genre, but we really mean this. LA, you're the real deal. You're a man of God, and he's humble. He loves God with all his heart. And he is being used by God in this moment. So, LA, thank you for coming on short notice. You're live in the studio with us tonight. You have already put out a video that I'm encouraging everyone to go to his YouTube channel and watch it, his reaction to the age of disclosure. But I just want to get your first initial thoughts when you sit down to watch it, knowing that you wrote your book, The Rungs of Disclosure. You knew this was coming. And you sit, there's his book right there. There it is, right there. There it is. Look at there. That's amazing. So as you've wrote the book, The Rungs of Disclosure, we've talked about it on our show, and you're sitting there and watching this. What's the first things going through your mind?
It's a managed agenda. This is so deliberate. Why now? And how does Don Farah get access to all these people?
Hello.
How does that happen? You know, Marco Rubio sits down with this guy. I tried to get Lou Elizondo on my show for the last year. I read his book. I have emails back and forth. I can't get him on the show. And, you know, and I get that. I come from a biblical prophetic perspective, worldview, which is a complete turnoff to a lot of these guys. But, you know, the opening statement, they've got a group of people, of whistleblowers, of congressmen, ex-government officials, whatever. And they're all saying, we are not alone in the universe. What does the church do with this? I've been banging this drum, guys, for 30 years. And even now it falls on deaf ears. My phone's not ringing off the hook. I'm getting emails, but nothing, you know, nobody's going, oh my, you know, you guys are some of the first people that have contacted me to come on and talk about this. This is the 25th rung on the ladder of disclosure. The book only has 17.
Yep.
It was published a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
So we're up to rung number 25. And what the show Age of Disclosure is rung number 25.
Okay. I thought that's what you said. I wanted to be very clear here on the big picture. You are saying, I mean, how many did you say that we're at right now? This is 25.
This is number 25, correct?
25. So how many more do you think we have before we get to actual?
This is disclosure without President Trump coming up to the microphone and going, okay, we've known about, and I think that's next. I really do. Because there's really only one place to go. And that is President Trump stepped up to the microphone and states on the record, okay, you know, we're not alone in the universe. Well,
LA, we were talking about earlier about Trump. Come on, Donald Trump has given the opportunity to announce that aliens are real. Does anybody believe Donald Trump's going to leave that for the next guy, and that's not going to be a part of his destiny and his legacy? No way.
No, I agree. I totally agree.
Come on.
You know, there's a saying I came up with a couple of years ago that we go up in the rapture and they come down.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on this, and I've been saying this recently. It could be exactly the opposite. They come down, and then we go up.
Wow.
And if that happens first, there's your 2 Thessalonians deal, the great falling away, the apostasia. And I know that people have a lot of different interpretations about this. I totally get it, and I have no idea whether I'm right or not. We'll have to wait and see what unfolds. But you know, why is that even there? Some people think it deals just with Israel and Israel alone, and it may be, you know, but do not be troubled in mind or spirit that the day of the Lord has come. Well, that's the wrath of God and our gathering to him. Well, that's the rapture. So there's two events. That day, what day will come? You know, that day will not come until the apostasy or the falling away happens, and then the man of sin is revealed. So, I mean, to me, and I get it. I've sat down with theologians who are a lot smarter than I am. I'm just not convinced. I don't know what we're looking at. So if they do come down, if the UFO disclosure happens first, if they come down, that's the game changer. And you will see a mass exodus from the Christian church as we know it. A mass. Is this the great falling away? Wow. I don't know. Right? I could be. I mean, it's certainly, and what bothers me is the church is still completely asleep to this. They don't get it.
Absolutely.
My phone's not ringing. You guys are calling me. John Matarazzo, Charisma News, Charisma Media. I mean, I did my show. I'm faithful to the calling that God's given me, but all glory to him. I mean, he's the one that sets my feet on paths. I mean, I didn't sign up for this. And I just pray to God I'm faithful in this hour, because this could be it. So,
absolutely. Wow. Wow.
This is uncharted waters, guys. It really
it blows my mind what you're saying is that your phone should be blowing up.
Yes.
I mean, the first thought that comes to any pastor that is really trying to equip their congregation for the final deception, the first name that should come to their mind is L.A. Marzulli, because you're not some professor at Harvard that's trying to propagate an agenda, say no names, but you're a man of God that's going to approach everything from Scripture. And that's one thing I'll say about our church. We preach on this stuff on Sunday morning. I preach on aliens and interdimensional beings on Sunday morning in our church.
Hallelujah.
And, come on. So it's like that, we're sort of like the freaks. Yeah, that's right. Well, so let's take a dive there. So you have said repeatedly in all your books that you've wrote that you believe that these beings are not interplanetary. You believe they're interdimensional, and you believe they're fallen angel technology or something like that. Was there anything in this documentary that swayed you either way, or did you get further confirmation?
No, I mean, look, the people that are in the show, with all due respect, they have a worldview. They are promulgating a paradigm, and that is that we are not alone in the universe. That's what they're all stating that. And they're right from their perspective, but they're not looking at the idea that these could be interdimensional entities, fallen angels, that are not from Zeta Reticuli or Epsilon Eridani or some other faraway star system. They are interdimensional beings. They are fallen angels. And what I also found interesting is they didn't really discuss the deception. They didn't talk about this cat and mouse game. They didn't talk about the abduction phenomena. They didn't talk about the body mutilation phenomena. Never went there. They talked. One gentleman is on the record stating, "I've seen the craft and I've seen aliens. I've seen them." And two or three people, Mr. Pudoff, Dr. Pudoff was there, also talking about the fact that there were 4 bodies recovered from Roswell. Our film on Roswell, we have 2 films. There you go. In the debris field and exoneration. Wow. Yeah, there were bodies recovered from Roswell. Those of us in ufology, as a Christian ufologist, whatever, this is old news to me. We broke the story with Robert Salas. Yeah. Robert Salas was the base commander of the Maelstrom Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Group, where a UFO hovered over the gate, and it switched off 10 ICBMs. I mean, how is that even possible? Exactly. We broke the story in our Watchers series. We were the first production company ever to interview Robert Salas. So, some of this is really old news. It just confirms what those of us who have been, doing the research and talking about this for decades, literally. It's just, nothing caught me by surprise, except for the fact that they have one paradigm, and that's we are looking at extraterrestrials. We are not alone in the universe. That's it. That is the paradigm that they were espousing in that hour and 15 minutes, whatever it was.
But you are spot on. Of course, they're not going to say anything about this hybrid program and taking. That's not the goal, and they can't get off message. And quite frankly, it would completely freak people out if we talked about this across the board. But here's my question to you. What do you think about Avi Loeb? What do you think about Lou Elizondo? Are they gatekeepers? Are they really how they present themselves to us? What are they?
Great question.
Let me ask you something. How does Avi Loeb all of a sudden appear on all forms of media? How does that happen? Who calls up the producers and goes, hey, we want this guy on? It's just like Tucker Carlson in 2017. You know, Tucker is interviewing, which is the first rung on the ladder of disclosure, by the way. Tucker was interviewing Commander David Fravor, former F-18 pilot. And, you know, Fravor says to Tucker on the show that whatever this was not from this earth. So how does Commander David Fravor, which is essentially a nobody, what I mean by that is he's not a media guy. He doesn't have books or DVDs or anything. He's just, you know, he's an F-18 pilot. How does he wind up on Tucker? How does Avi Loeb, brilliant man, Harvard professor, I'd love to get him on my show. How does Avi Loeb all of a sudden wind up on all forms of media? You know, everywhere. He's ubiquitous. He's absolutely everywhere. How does that work?
What you're essentially saying is, or posing this question, were these individuals chosen for this moment, right?
Yeah, this is a managed agenda, in my opinion. And that leads us down a very interesting rabbit hole. It really does. Who's pulling the strings? Why now? Why is it that the Vatican, a couple of weeks ago, reiterated a statement, if there's life on other planets, we'll baptize an alien? Why are they saying that? I mean, why is it even there? And so, you know, you've got Avi Loeb talking about, you know, Third Eye Atlas, Third Eye Atlas. And let me just walk you through that. Atlas is a Nephilim.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Atlas is a Nephilim. He's a Greek god. He's a progeny of fallen angels and the women of earth. That's our wheelhouse. That's my wheelhouse. So Atlas. So they're saying he's got the globe. He's got the world on his shoulders. Are they signaling that this is a global event?
Wow.
Just saying. This is conjecture. Third eye, right? 3-eye, third eye.
Yes.
Enlightenment. The third eye is open. It's a global enlightenment that we are not alone. And I just watched a thing from the some YouTube video. My friend Sonda sent it to me, and the Angry Astronaut. That's what it's called. And he was looking at 3-eye Atlas, saying, "Wait a minute, you know, this thing's got way too many anomalies. This is weird." So you get one side's going, "Oh, this is just a comet." You got the other side going, "Not so fast. We don't know what it is. What are we looking at?" I got to tell you something. If this is what Avi Loeb is postulating, at least saying, well, it could be. He's not saying it is, but he is saying, well, it might be. Not so fast, citizen. We don't know what we're looking at. If this thing stops or does a direct maneuver, then, you know, we're off to the races here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And wouldn't it just be just like this for that to happen? It's like, I mean, everything is strategically planned out, and everything is usually, I think, projected to be a distraction from something else that's actually happening, so that you know a little bit of the story, but not all of the story. I think we're just getting a drip of things of 3-eye Atlas, a drip of the disclosure, when there's really major movement on disclosure happening, but they don't want to let that out yet.
Well, but this is the deal. Congress, and this is what people don't get. You know, folks, you need to get get the book and throw it to your pastor. More than likely, he won't read it, and I understand that. I really do. I totally get it, but he needs to.
Yes,
because
he does.
If they show up before the rapture of a church, that changes everything. You will watch a mass exodus from Christianity. You will watch it. You will watch the great falling away. You will watch the apostasia, the apostasy. That's what you'll see. You'll see it in real time. I hope I'm wrong, but the way things are coming down, I hold on to things very loosely. And we are in unprecedented times. And you got to tell your pastor Congress is talking about this, Pastor. Congress. We have too many whistleblowers. There were 34 people in this film, Age of Disclosure. They've seen the bodies. They've seen the wreckage. You need to address this. And if you don't, you have to ask yourself why. And if they say, well, this has nothing to do with the Bible, think again. Why would Jesus warn us that even the elect would be deceived?
Come on.
From what is coming upon the earth? Why would Jesus say that something is coming upon the earth? It's not coming from the earth. It's coming down. It's coming upon the earth. Men faint from fearful is coming upon the earth. Even the elect would be deceived if possible. Unless those days were shortened, no flesh would survive. And then Paul adds to it, Satan comes with all signs and lying wonders. Do we really think that this is some sort of a warm, fuzzy, statement by Jesus and Paul? We are seeing the coming great deception, and it's in our lifetime. And with AI, which is just at the point where we now no longer what's real. We no longer know what's real or what's fabricated. Yep. I mean, we are, folks, you got to wake up here. You got to wake up. This is it. It's coming down.
You have to get rungs of disclosure. Yep. This is, LA's a man of God. He would tell you, get the Bible first, but then you got other books that can help you understand things in the Bible. Yep. And Jesus, man, in all the things and all the people that he could have told his disciples, go back and study this guy, and it'll be the conditions of when I come back. He chooses the days of Noah. He chooses the Nephilim. I mean, come on, he's so intentional with everything he says. He was trying to tell us, am I not speaking truth here, of trying to prepare that final generation for exactly what we're talking about.
And we're here, and it's happening right now. It's not 10 years from now. It's not speculation. No. So Age of Disclosure, 34 people, whistleblowers, government officials, congressmen. I mean, all sorts of people are there, right? And, they were talking about the Stevensville lights. I covered that story. It's in our book. It's in my book, Further Evidence. I sat down with Ricky Sorrell. I mean, he was the guy that he's out hunting on New Year's Day, and he gets caught up in a bunch of brambles. He's out deer hunting, right? And he looks up, there's a mile-wide craft over him. There's a mile-wide UFO. He could not see the edges of the craft. That's how big this thing was. And guess what? It takes off and goes where? It's headed towards George W. Bush's ranch. And they reference that. They reference that in the film. And I not only did I interview Ricky Sorrell, but I interviewed the reporter who helped break the story. She was later fired, by the way. And Ricky Sorrell went dark. He got tired of black helicopters over his house at 2:00 in the morning. Wow. He got tired of phone calls at 2:00 in the morning, telling him to shut up, and on it goes. That's how the game was played when the Stevensville lights happened. This is years ago. Yeah. And I interviewed both of these people. So a lot of what was in the film, I've written about. I've got books about it. I've got videos on it. So, it's just I got to tell you, folks, this is a coming great deception.
See, what we're doing now on this program is we're breaking it down spiritually. But when we watched the documentary, you watched it, other than that one guy made that one reference to somebody told him it was demons, and he almost sort of mocked them for doing that. Shrugged it off. So why do you think that you would go so far as to expose all of this and say you have bodies and say all this and not even mention the abductions?
Because they're trying to couch it in a way that doesn't make people fear. And, and we have my business partner and I, Gil Zimmerman, shameless plug, but we have 10 films on the whole UFO phenomena. We are the only Christian ministry that has 10 films on the UFO phenomena. Everything from Close Encounters of the First, Second, Third, and Fourth Kind. Roswell, there's 2 films on Roswell. Cattle mutilations, the darkest film I've ever worked on. Abductions. And finally, what is the truth? I mean, we cover all aspects of the UFO phenomena, but from a biblical perspective. And, you would think, again, it's like I was walking around the property here in the Santa Monica Mountains a couple of months ago, and I was just talking to the Lord. I was saying, Lord, it just seems like most of this is falling on deaf ears. And then I feel the Holy Spirit kind of tap me on my shoulder, and he goes, well, now you know how Noah felt. And I'm not comparing myself with Noah. Please don't misunderstand me. But I just broke out laughing. I said, okay, Uncle, I get it. I totally get it.
But LA, you were so brilliant to have laid the foundation and done all of this work.
Yeah.
What wonderful resources you already have in place for when people begin to panic.
Yeah.
They're panicking. Yeah. They want answers to questions, and you already have it there, documented by video, by book.
That is so good.
And I'm going to say some things. My first something is, do you not hear Dr. Stephen Greer rustling behind the curtain, stage right, getting ready? He's getting ready to come onto the stage at this moment, right? And I want to make a prediction.
Uh-oh. Drum roll, please. Look out.
I'm gonna predict that LA ends with 33 rungs of disclosure.
Oh, right. 33. You're going to redeem 33, brother.
We're redeeming 33. We're taking it back. Woo!
Oh, that's awesome. LA, I do have, and that would be cool if the Lord was to come back on the 33rd rung of disclosure.
I'm just being silly, but it could happen.
That'd be awesome.
But who knows, right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
So let me ask you this. You mentioned in your show, and they referenced this as well, the Vatican. You've talked about it already here. One of the things they say in the documentary is they say the Vatican itself has strong evidence in their statements of non-human intelligence. Now they're saying they're going to baptize them. What role do you see in disclosure, and as we go through the further rungs beyond this 25th rung, that the Catholic Church, the Vatican, is going to be stepping in at some point? Does that question make sense?
Well, no, it does. There are 2 billion Christians on the planet as we speak. The largest denomination of Christianity is Catholicism. So that's 1.2, 1.3 billion people. So that's the largest number of people on the planet. And that's what they're going after. So the scenario, in my opinion, is a nuclear device goes off somewhere on the planet. Why is Trump saying, well, we're going to start testing nukes again? Why is he even saying that? Right. Iran is saber rattling once again, starting up that old nuke program. All they care about is blowing Israel off the map. That's it. That's all the mullahs care about. It's insane what we're looking at. Hamas and Hezbollah has rearmed, and they're saber rattling again. All it takes is one nuke. There's an interesting film that just came out a couple of weeks ago. I've been telling people you need to watch this. It's predictive programming. It's called House of Dynamite.
Yep.
And in that film, there's a nuclear event. There's a supersonic intercontinental ballistic missile, but it's supersonic. It's like shooting the bullet out of a gun. Good luck trying to shoot that thing down, right?
Right.
And it's headed towards Chicago. We never see the missile hit, but the kill factor is at least 10 to 12 million people. And now what do we do? Do we respond? Do we stand? What do we do? So think about this. If a nuclear event goes off, and I've talked about this, it's actually the 17th rung of disclosure. It's conjecture on my part. But you have a nuke going off anywhere on the planet. What does that create? It creates the greatest climate of fear that mankind has ever collectively experienced because of the internet.
Yeah.
In the history of the world, we've never experienced that. That's when they show up. That's when they show up. And they will say, we created all life on this planet. We genetically manipulated early man. We started the world's civilizations. We started the world's religions. Now, at this critical juncture, we are back. E.T., your space brothers are back. No more war, none of this nuke stuff, and we're going to usher mankind into a golden age. We know that there's going to be a one world government and a one world religious system. This is the nexus. This is how you create it, in my opinion. Are we here? I'll tell you something. We give out these tracts, and I want to thank my friend Brad Myers for he's the impetus behind this thing. So what I'm about to read is channeled information. In other words, it comes through a woman who is giving herself over to an off-world entity. In my opinion, this is not possession, but it's demonically inspired all day long.
Wow.
So it says this: we are here, we are the Pleiadians. Okay? Humanity is learning a great lesson at this time. The lesson is, of course, to realize your godhood. Well, as Christians, we know that's the lie we heard way back in the garden.
Yeah.
Surely when you eat fruit, you'll become like God, knowing good from evil. So the enemy, there it is peddling the same nonsense he peddled thousands of years ago.
So good.
Then it goes on. If human beings do not change, if they do not make the shift in values and realize that without Earth, they could not be here, then Earth, in its love for its own initiation, is reaching for a higher frequency, will bring about a cleansing that will balance it once again. So what is the cleansing? Here's the punchline. There is a potential for many people to leave the planet in an afternoon. The people who leave the planet during a time of Earth changes do not fit here any longer, and they are stopping the harmony of the Earth.
Oh my goodness.
They have just explained away the rapture of the church.
Yeah, that's right.
They've just explained it. There it is. And that's how it's going to be couched. When I was a New Ager, I've been a Christian 45 years. But 50 years ago, when I was 25, I was a total New Ager. I heard this, what I just read to you. I heard this 50 years ago. And we are that close, in my opinion, to seeing it manifest.
That is unbelievable. I mean, this is chilling. This is chilling, but it's also exciting. This is not fear. This is, for the believer, this is exciting.
Yes.
We're not gripped with, oh, Lord, what's it going to be like? No, we need to realize, God, you blessed us to be that generation. We're the Daniel generation. Seal up the book until the days that knowledge shall increase and men shall run for it too. That's us.
It.
That was us.
And LA just packaged this entire thing for you guys and put a bow on it for you. And it's not even Christmas yet.
Yeah.
Right?
Black Friday special tonight, live on the big picture.
Hey, listen, he puts out great content every single day.
He
You
does.
need to subscribe to his YouTube.
I mean, you are just, you're a machine, brother. It's amazing.
It's on point. He's on point. He is right there with the pulse of what is going on. You guys need to subscribe.
Yeah, you
Come
do.
on.
You do. So, LA, I want to respect your time. How much you got? You good?
Yeah, I'm here for you. I mean, this is really important. And,
It is.
and we need to make sure that we, wrap it in a way that the average guy who, isn't a theologian just wants a simple answer. What am I looking at here?
100%.
Why hasn't my pastor warned us of this?
Think about that.
Why weren't we told? Why didn't you address this, for crying out loud? Why?
Yeah. So what do you think about, LA? What do you think about when somebody comes back and says, okay, you're saying they're demonic, you're saying it's fallen angels and all this. What are the bodies? And what these bodies that they say that they're in this film, the Age of Disclosure, they say, people even not say that we have them, they say, I have seen them. I have seen the bodies. What are the bodies, LA? When in your deep dive of study this from a biblical perspective, help us understand that.
Okay, years ago, decades ago, I was trying to figure out what the grays were, the gray aliens, the ones with the big heads, the big eyes, the small bodies, slit for a mouth, 2 holes for a nose. So I called my friend David Flynn, the late David Flynn. He passed away years ago. And I said, David, I'm starting to wonder whether these UFO crashes were deliberate. In Age of Disclosure, Puthoff talks about this. He talks about that some of these crashes are gifts from them.
He did say that.
Right. He said that. So we can back engineer. So let me walk you through it. And I would come up to the line and I would run away from it because it was just, there's a thing called cognitive dissonance.
Yep.
And some of your audience probably is experiencing that right now because we're in the deep end of the pool. This is not a feel good, happy moment.
No.
We're in the deep end of the pool. We're talking about the great deception. We're talking about the machinations of the dragon, of Satan. We're talking about what's being cooked up in Hell's Kitchen. This isn't your best life now, folks. And if you want that, go somewhere else because you're not going to find it here, at least not now. And I want my best life too. but I'm also aware of where we are. So we know that the Nephilim are on the earth. We know that. We know that there's a seed war where the seed of the dragon is warring against the seed of the woman, Genesis 3:15, the gateway to the rest of the Bible. So in Genesis 6, you get fallen angels having sex with human women, creating a hybrid known as the Nephilim. The Nephilim have no soul, in my opinion. They have spirit and they have bodies, no soul. Only God gives the soul. And because of the progeny of the fallen angels, not going there. So you got to remember, when Jesus is talking about, it'll be like the days of Noah when I return, everybody's going, what do you mean? Where are you going? What do you mean when you return? But everybody, 2,000 years ago who hears that statement, they know exactly what Jesus is talking about.
Yes.
How do I know that? Because according to the Josephus, the first century Jewish historian, the bones of the Nephilim are openly on display in the time of Jesus's sermon to the people. It'll be like the days of Noah. They are openly on display. Why? So when the people would come up into the temple, they're not in the temple, but on the way to the temple. So you're a 13-year-old boy, and you turn to your dad and go, Dad, what is this? And your father would say, well, those are the Nephilim. Those are the bones of the Nephilim. This is what our forefathers, hundreds of years ago, had to fight and clear the land from. These are the Nephilim. They all knew what he was talking about. Fast forward to the 4th century, where you get the knucklehead, Julius Africanus, and he is a knucklehead, who invents the Sethite theory. And then with Augustine, he spiritualizes everything. There is no seed of a dragon. It's all allegory. None of this is literal. It's all spiritualized, blah, 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 blah. No. Why would Jesus tell us to be like the days of Noah? And what differentiates the days of Noah is the creation of a hybrid being known as the Nephilim. So the Nephilim are the progeny of fallen angels and human women of earth, creating a hybrid known as the Nephilim. When the Nephilim are killed in the flood, they come back afterwards. There's a second, third, fourth, fifth incursion. It just continues until the cross. Then it switches and changes. That's why I wrote Countermove, How the Nephilim Returned After the Flood. But I digress as usual. So you've got the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim. And the book of Enoch tells us that the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim are the demons that wander the earth. A demon needs to manifest in a person or an animal or an object. The dragon knows this and is thinking to himself, I got all these demons and they can't really manifest in earth time, in our dimension. However, if I create a biological suit, an avatar for them to go into, then they can manifest in Earth's dimension. That's what they are. Wow. That's what they're avatars.
Is this what is also referred to as Ebens? Extraterrestrial biological entities?
Well, that's another very complex question, because you've got the grays, which I believe are meat suits, but then you got the tall whites. Tall whites are not meat suits.
They're not.
No, you've got the insectoids. You've got the reptilians. So fallen angels, metaschismatici, I got that word from the late Russ Dizdar. What is metaschismatici? Metaschismatici is the ability for the fallen angel to present itself in any way, male, female, an angel of light. They can shapeshift. They can appear. Why is it that Paul tells us angels, some people will entertain angels unaware? How does that work? Right?
Yeah.
Look, I don't have all the answers. Nobody does, but it's complex. But what I can tell you is this: the tall whites, fallen angels. Insectoid, they're shapeshifting. They're presenting themselves. Reptilians, they're just presenting themselves in a different way. I think that the reptilian is their true form. Nordics, metaschismatici, they're shapeshifting to appear as something wonderful and holy. In my very first book, Nephilim, The Truth is Here, there's a whole chapter in there where they walk into a room and there's this angel of light, just beautiful angel that's there and manifesting. And everybody's like, oh my gosh. And finally, the protagonist goes, in the name of Jesus, and just like that, it stops and it changes into its true form. And this is all the deep end of the pool. And I've never seen it. Well, that's not true. I've had one end. Well, that's not true either. More than one end. Yeah, as I'm saying it. Don't you remember that? Oh, yeah. So I was on a ski lift. Skiing is my favorite thing to do, okay? I was on a ski lift, I don't know, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. It was spring conditions in Mammoth Mountain. Nobody was there. Midweek, nobody was on the mountain. So I'm skiing up and down on this one run just by myself. Peggy's on another run someplace, more of a beginner run, and it was kind of icy conditions, but it was still skiing. And I'm going up and down and up and down. So I ski on the lift, and I'm getting ready for the chair to come around and pick me up. I hear a voice, hey, mind if I join you? No, come on up. So this guy comes up, and it's a 4-seater. So I'm here, and this guy sits here. So the empty 2 seats are empty. So, dude, like far out. Like getting loose, right? So, oh my God, LA's doing the devil horn.
No, look out.
So I'm here, and he's here, and there's 2 seats between us, okay?
Okay.
And he goes, how many days of skiing do you have this year? And I kind of puff up my shirt, about 14 or 15. You know, I'm thinking like this before this guy went, oh, I've got 123, days. I'm kind of going like, what? This guy skis every day. He's wearing a racing ski outfit, skin tight. He's really in shape, but he looks like Kris Kringle. White hair, white beard, sparkling blue eyes. Okay. Then he goes, I guess you're still working, right? I go, yeah. And he goes, well, what do you do? Well, I make films. I write books about the Nephilim. So I'm thinking to myself, here we go. Now he's going to ask me the question, what are Nephilim? Nope. He doesn't do that. Wow. He goes, have you ever heard of itchy, like scratching? Itchy Boots? I go, no, Itchy Boots. Oh, she's got 1.2 million subscribers on her YouTube channel. And at this time, I had like 120,000 subscribers. We're up at 262 right now. So I go, wow, that's way beyond my league. Never met this guy before. Never seen him before or since. No idea. There's 2 seats between us. He reaches over and he pats me on my right shoulder. And he goes, you're doing the right thing. Keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right track. And at this point, I've got brain fog. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, wait a minute, what is going on here? I don't know this guy from Adam. How can he possibly make a statement like that? You keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right track. You're doing the right thing. Seriously?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
And he reaches over 3 seats and just gently taps you.
3 times and anoints me, taps me on the shoulder.
Okay. So
I know. Come on,
did you entertain an angel unaware?
Come
That's
on.
me.
Come on. That's amazing.
I love it.
Well, LA, where do you see? Okay, so this is the 25th rung. You're declaring this is the 25th rung of disclosure.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is.
What comes next? What is in your gut? What comes next?
Good question.
Well, it's a really good question. I think Trump, and you've already hit the nail. There's no way Trump's going to leave us for somebody else.
No.
This is the biggest thing in all of human history. Exactly. There's no doubt.
He's going to say, "I was born for this moment," right?
I was born for this moment.
He's gonna be like, he ain't nobody. Listen, everybody, just stop talking. Donald Trump has got something to say that no other president in the history of presidents and no president after me will ever be able to say again.
And I don't think he wants anybody else on the face of this planet to get out there before him to say this.
Yeah. So in your gut, you think that's next? You think Donald Trump begins to?
Look, Congress is already talking about it. David Grush, who is in the film, stands before Congress. We have non-human biologics that were retrieved from crashed UFOs. I mean, it's all there. It's coming down. We're back engineering the propulsion system from these things. This is why the whole F-35 thing to the Saudis, it's a joke.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's a joke. What they have is so far advanced from an F-35. It'll make your head spin if they reveal it. Because this technology, and this was rung number 24, no, number 23 on the record. So this UFO is cruising along like this, but it's all lit up. So it looks like an orb, but it's not an orb. What you're seeing is the gravity wave. And when the gravity wave is turned on, the craft just glows. And that's conjecture, but that's why they're watching. And this was shown in the halls of Congress. So the craft is going like this, and they fire a Hellfire missile at the craft. So the missile comes in, it's all on film, and it hits the UFO, and the missile just disintegrates.
Yeah.
And the UFO just keeps going.
Yeah.
What do you do with that?
What do you do?
That's run number 23.
Yeah.
Where do you file that one? Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Man, I don't even know where to go now.
This
it's
is
just like, wow.
Video gold.
This is video gold.
Video gold. We love it.
Awesome. So LA, we as we move further and further along in this process, you're going to be getting a call from Alabama. So I'm going to be calling LA going, LA, look, I could cover this, but if you're free, we need the man on here to break this down.
Well, look, first of all, I'm honored that you would say that, but let's give glory where it's due, and that's to the King. This is all, I didn't sign up for this. This is the Lord directing my steps, the Lord giving me wisdom. So all glory to the King. That's the first thing.
But you did say yes. You did say yes.
And we're thankful that you said yes. And I love what you said earlier, that it's like God knew when this happened, there would be hungry people. It would be the remnant, wouldn't be a lot of people, but there's going to be, I need to know the truth. Yeah. And you have a library already ready in video and in book form to explain every single thing people are seeing.
Right.
It's already there.
It's there.
It's already there.
Ready.
And basically you just go to get anything that he has going. I think I got his website up here. It's lamarzulli.net. And when you go there,
either one.
Either one. So this is your.
Wow.
So tell us a little bit about what all they can see and do when they go here at the website.
Well, I mean, there's 33 films and 14 books. We have a special right now, Rungs of Disclosure. It's right there. So you get the 2 films from Roswell for $30. I mean, that's a deal like you can't even, it's like a $60 value or something like that.
Yeah.
Even more.
Yeah.
And, we're just trying to make it available to people. But this is, it's coming down, folks. Wake up.
I'm going to tell you that little track that you talked about right there on the right-hand side, what is the truth? That's going to be so valuable. I mean, I'm ordering a bunch of these right now myself. That is going to be so valuable because that's a quick way to get it in the hands of people to maybe give them some answers when all this starts expediting. Because I think it's going to be like a snowball. I think I
agree.
Yeah.
It's rushing like this. I mean, what do you do with this?
Yeah. What do you do with it?
Where's it going to go? I mean, okay, so Congress is going to go on break and nothing will happen. But the fact that Age of Disclosure comes out Thanksgiving weekend, everybody's going to be watching this thing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, and you and I both, and all 3 of us have said multiple times here on the show and to each other and to privately that you don't get to say those things unless you've been given permission to say those things. So I mean, it's like they could have stopped that. The powerful people could have stopped that. So they let this documentary come out on purpose because that's to set up the next rung.
Yeah, it's a managed agenda. There's no doubt about it. How does an unknown filmmaker, essentially, Dan Farah, get to interview all these people? Yeah. I sent our Holy Shroud Fire, Holy Shroud, Holy Fire. We can't get to first base. We can't get, and that's okay. Maybe that's the Lord's doing, There it is. Holy Shroud, Holy
beautiful.
Fire.
Yeah. Wow.
Beautiful.
Well, LA, we are just so grateful and so thankful for you to be on our program tonight. Of course, Big Picture family, your Big Picture family, your family to me and Sandy. We absolutely felt as a huge connection with you when we were with you in Orlando.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
It was crazy.
Good times.
Lifelong friends now. to know that we have friends like you in these times, it absolutely means the world to us.
Yes.
Well, the feeling's mutual, likewise, and we'll see what the Lord does. But we're moving into areas that are uncharted. We really are,
and quickly.
Yeah, quickly.
Look at how many decades there was a stone wall.
Yep.
Nothing could get through, and then the drip, and now it's coming faster and faster. It's amazing.
Yep. Well, you tell the lovely wife that is she Thelma or is she Louise?
We don't know.
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
we got to get them together to figure out which one's which.
Oh boy, look out!
All right, well, brother, thank you again for being on the program. Be blessed, and we'll have you back soon.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving,
guys.
All
Take
right,
care.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Man, what in the world just happened?
I loved it.
That was amazing.
I am so excited for this moment.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, I didn't know anything about this. I come in, you surprised me with,
sure
hey,
did.
guess what's going to happen?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So let us know in the live chat what y'all think about having LA on here tonight. That was just phenomenal. Nobody speaks with that kind of authority in this subject. And I love that it's not just authority. He never wavers from his stance on God. It's just incredible.
He is on point.
He's on point. Wow. Well, look, I want to continue. We're not through yet, y'all. We've got a big audience watching right now. And if you come in here and you've never been to the big picture, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel wherever you're following it. Show some love. Hit that like button. Share a program. And come back for more programs like this, because this is what we do. We're not ashamed. That's why we call it the big picture. But I want to show you this one other clip here, and I want to get your reaction to it. This is a clip from the video, and this is about the misappropriation of funds. And by the way, we are talking about a documentary video that is on Amazon Prime. Several people have asked, where do you watch it? You go to Amazon Prime, and you can rent it. It's not a part of the free streaming. That may be one day down the line, but right now you have to rent it or buy it. And full disclosure here, it ain't no $5 rental. It's like $18 to rent, or like $22 to buy it. And you're going to want to break this down. So just go ahead and spend that extra $4 or $5 and just buy it. And that way you can always go back and watch it, which is what we did. I think it's a good investment for those that are awake. But this is a clip from it talking about how do you get the money? Where's the money? And that's a big deal. So let's watch this little clip.
The American public has a right to learn about technologies of unknown origins, non-human intelligence, and unexplainable phenomena.
I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program.
How does a program like that get funded?
Misappropriation of funds.
Does that mean that there is money in the budget that is set to go to a program, but it doesn't, and it goes to something else?
Yes, I have specific knowledge of that. Yep.
We cannot track $2.3 trillion.
Let us stop right here, because we need to go back and go down that little memory hole that you've been memory holed on.
Can you tell us the exact date or thereabouts where he said this?
I believe this date was September the 10th.
Of what year?
2001, which would be, the day before.
And he said this, and then the biggest squirrel
in the history of squirrels
that could have happened to sway your mind and distract you from the thought that $2.3 trillion couldn't be found.
Do you understand how much money that is?
No, we can't possibly.
We can't comprehend it. And he says this the day before 9/11.
And not even recently. This was 24 years ago. We couldn't find 2.3 trillion.
How many trillions since then? For all you people that wonder how they work on them chemtrails?
And we're being a little... what is the word? Facetious.
Yeah.
We're not making light of this fateful day.
Of course not.
We're just putting the pressure and shining the light on the day before in this instance.
Let us continue and let it play through. This is unbelievable.
Knowledge of that. Yep.
We cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
The next day was 9/11. The very next day was 9/11.
And we never heard about that money again.
Ever
I don't know.
again.
Maybe it was at least a
I've
time.
never heard
I
of
don't
it
know.
again.
But I don't remember it if it did.
I don't remember it. Wow. I want to know in the live chat, and I want to know in the comment section, because we got some people that's our age. We got some younger people too. How many our age or younger do not have any memory of ever seeing Don Rumsfeld standing at a podium, the defense secretary, over the military and the Pentagon saying, we cannot find, was it 2.7 or 2.3? $2.3 trillion. We cannot tell you where it is. It's missing and it's gone. And it's never talked about again.
Like a mislaid pair of shoes.
Exactly. Well, there's one other thing that I want to show you, and then we're gonna do our normal thing that we do at the end called the Supernatural AI Updates coming. But we have not watched this program. There is an onslaught of predictive programming right now. I mean, there are so many shows that are telling us what's coming.
We had it with the regular cable shows and all that, but when it went to the apps, and you're watching through apps, it is like crazy. The predictive programming shows just across all genres.
Multiple people said, never heard that. Never
never
remember
heard that.
Never heard that.
Wow.
Y'all, this was a fact. You're talking about $2.3 trillion they said we cannot account for, and 9/11 happens. It is, and I hear our grandbabies are here. Our grandbabies are here. Would y'all like for our grandbabies to come on the show in just a minute? But we're watching them. But they forgot we're on a show. But this is where it's going. What are you talking about? Do you want to come see Papa and Nana? Do you want to come be on our show?
Come in here.
Come here. You want to come be on our show? Y'all, look who we got. Oh, she got her glasses on.
You sure do. Look how smart
say
you
hello.
look. Hello.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
Well, the show has just been taken over.
Exactly.
Yep.
Have you guys been practicing for your message? You want to go ahead and say it? Go ahead.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah! I didn't even know you were going to do that.
Lady Ruth, are you going to say it?
Say happy Thanksgiving.
Say happy.
Say happy
Hi.
Thanksgiving. Can you say Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
Happy.
Yeah.
You stinkers.
Oh, my goodness. Well, look out. Something's coming, Harper.
Uh-oh.
The Supernatural AI Update. Brought to you by Uncle Jimmy.
What'd you say? Monster. She said, oh, monster.
It's a monster.
Monster. What is that? Uh-oh.
What you think, Lainey?
What was it?
Do you want to tell him go away?
Go away.
Go away.
Say, go away, monster.
Go away. I'm not doing that.
Say, we don't like a monster.
Don't like no monster.
Well.
No.
I don't know what to do now. Let's see what we're going to do here.
Get us back.
Yeah. So what do y'all think about Thanksgiving? Is it going to be a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Are you going to be a heavy breather in the mic? What are you doing there, sister?
So funny.
What are you saying? Can you say Papa?
Papa.
Yeah.
What about me? I'm sitting over
Can you
here.
say Nana?
Nana.
What is your name? What is your name?
Daddy.
What? What is your name?
Laney.
Laney, that's right.
What's her name?
My name's Harper.
That's right. Your name is Harper.
Harper.
That's her name is Harper.
right.
Harper.
Yes.
Well, do you love Jesus?
Ma.
Yeah. Who is this little man right here? Who is this? You know who that is?
Jesus.
Jesus. That's right. That's right. Oh my goodness.
So, a couple more questions. Are you guys excited about Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
So, are you excited to eat all that yummy good food and see good family members we've missed? I know. What are you doing?
So Nana wants to know, are you going to eat all that good food at Thanksgiving?
Papa, I dare.
Papa, what?
Papa.
What? What is it? What are you saying?
Papa. Papa, sit down right here.
Sit down right here? Okay, I'm sitting down right here. Are you going to eat cake?
No.
No cake? Are you going to eat turkey?
No.
Are you going to eat do you Oh yeah, that's a turkey shirt. Look at that shirt. You got turkey. Uh-oh, we just knocked
So, all right, let's talk about one more thing at least real quick.
Okay.
So we had a big family event this past weekend. And Harper, tell everybody what our big family event was that we had a couple of days ago and you were a big part of.
Remember when you walked down the aisle?
Rachel's wedding.
Our daughter got married. Rachel's wedding.
What did you do, Harper?
Well, we were the flower girls and we had to throw the flowers.
Yes, you did.
But Lainey was being funny and just started keep on walking and just walked in circles.
Lainey, did you do that?
No.
No? Was you the flower girl?
No, I didn't either.
What did you do with those flowers at Rachel's wedding? What did you do?
Did you throw the flowers, Lainey?
Uh-huh.
Harper, tell everybody who the ring bearer was.
Ringo.
The dog?
What is Ringo?
Oh, sorry.
It's a dog.
Ringo is the dog, and he was the ring bearer.
Yep.
It's basically funny because Ringo and Wing Bearer is like Ringo, but Wing Bearer.
Ringo.
That's
the
pretty
bearer.
good. That's a smart girl right there.
We thought he did a pretty good job. He behaved pretty good.
Yeah.
I was surprised. Ringo made it all the way down the aisle to the front, and both of you made it all the way down the aisle. Now, Lainey did do a few circles once she got down to the end, but it worked out. And Pawpaw did pretty good too, didn't he? Pawpaw did decent.
I'm expecting her to say something like, "You are my pawpaw."
You are my pawpaw.
You are my
All right. Tell everybody bye.
Bye.
Bye. Wave bye. Blow them kisses.
Give them one last Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. We're going to let you go back to your mama.
Love you guys. I think we might be a little bit tangled up in cords, so be careful.
Is your mama still here?
No.
She gone? Okay.
Mommy, you better not be gone.
Mommy, are you still here? Mommy?
Mommy.
Mommy? I think Mommy's gone.
I hear no mommy. But I hear dogs barking outside.
All right. So
love you guys.
So
go find out if Mommy's still here.
Yeah, go find out. Go see if Mommy's here. She don't want to get off the show.
Lainey, are you going to take the show over?
She's still here? Okay. All right, that's your mommy. Go get your mommy. She don't want to leave the show. Hey, oh yeah, there it is.
Lainey, we have all.
I'm sorry, y'all. We've lost control of the show.
We've officially lost control of our show.
Oh my goodness, Uncle Jimmy. What is happening?
Oh, Cousin Cosmo's here too.
What is
wow.
It's a party of everyone.
Okay. What is happening here? All right, go ahead.
Off the rails. I love you, girls. Bye.
All right, we'll see you in just a few minutes. All right, we just got a couple more things, and we'll be in there.
Thank you guys for bearing with us.
Oh my Lord, that was amazing. That was Video Go. Somebody said this is better than any TV show I've ever seen.
I don't know about that, but that just happened. Whatever it was.
That was crazy. That was crazy. Well, we've got a couple quick things we want to show you on the Supernatural AI update because I know you're going to want to end on such a happy note that these are things that billionaires are doing secretly to prepare for the end of the world. They are building underground bunkers. We knew about that. They are using life extension tech, and I couldn't believe they used these words. Billionaires are investing in anti-aging gene editing to young blood infusions.
That's it.
Aiming to live longer and forever so they can live along these aliens.
Okay, here's the thing. And I know you're going to read some of this. Okay, they've actually been doing young blood infusions for a long time.
Not just young blood.
But we're going to talk about it now?
Yeah.
So it's okay. It's okay now. We're going to normalize it now.
Yeah. Private space escape plans. They're planning on just all the movies say. They're getting out of here. Underwater data vaults. Tech giants are storing AI models in deep sea servers. And remote island safe zones. Private islands with heliports, solar grids, and security teams are becoming the norm. That's just one of the things. And here's the one that you're going to love. Scientists plan to grow extra human bodies, and they promise these ones will never wake up. They promise us that. They're called bodyoids, which are human-like structures grown in labs without the capacity for consciousness or even pain. These entities aim to replace animals in medical research, making tests more ethical and efficient. And we share the major updates around the blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, what do you think about these bodyoids that are going to take over the world? And they're going to know.
Can you explain this to me?
Yeah.
We're going to grow extra bodies.
Yeah.
But they're
never going to wake up. They don't have emotions.
Are we plundering parts off of it?
What I'm trying to say is we don't believe this, but this is what they're saying. They're not, this is whether it ever happens or not. They're saying they will never have the capacity for consciousness or even pain.
Will they be ripe for demonic possession?
Of course, yeah. Hey, let's go back to L.A. Marzulli. Maybe these are going to be the bodies.
Yes.
Scientists have also created, here's another one, another nominee here. Scientists have just created a pill that makes your blood lethal to mosquitoes. Oh, I'm going to take that pill. Sure. Yeah. Nothing else could happen. No. There's nothing bad could come out of this to your actual blood. Scientists developed a pill that changes the chemistry of human blood. Mosquitoes that bite are harmed before spreading diseases. Early tests show it is effective and safe for human beings. I feel so much better about it. And here's the good news for all you parents out there. Children are studying for jobs that will no longer exist by 2030. Nearly 30% of today's jobs could be automated within the next 5 years due to AI, yet schools continue to fail to adapt. So your children are being trained right now, many of them are getting degrees for things that will not even exist. So, yeah, not a lot of nominees here, but I say one of the nominees for the Golden Chicken Award could be The Age of Disclosure.
Yeah, totally.
The movie itself. So, all right. So sounds like my house is being torn apart because they're trying to get back in here. So we're going to expedite the voting. All right. So,
we're gonna make it
so
quick
what are the
tonight.
nominees?
Tonight's nominees are things billionaires are doing to prepare for the end, growing extra bodies, number 2, those crazy mosquitoes, number 3, and the age of disclosure, number 4. Here we go again. Number 1, things billionaires are doing.
Laney, come
number
back.
2, growing extra bodies. Number 3,
come
those
back.
crazy mosquitoes. And number 4,
it's time to dance. Come on.
Age of Disclosure, the documentary.
Come here. It's time to dance. Come here, Nana. You get her.
Nana can't write down.
All right, well, she's over there by you.
Okay.
Come here. Papa will get you. Come here. Laney. Come here. All right, listen. I'm going to let y'all hear the music. All right, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to let y'all hear the music. You ready? I'm going to turn the music on this. Here we go. All right, here we go. Well, no, it won't work. You'll have to hear. Here, listen to this. Listen
Go
to the
Cher.
Listen to the music. Can you hear it?
Cher says all of them.
You hear it? All right, let's dance. Dance. You hear the music? Dance. You can't hear him?
Well, I can tell you right now, number 2 is knocking it out of the park.
All right. So who is the winner?
Tonight's winner is number 2, Growing Extra Bodies. Hit it, Harper.
Yay! That is tonight's Golden Chicken Award.
Thank you for tuning in to our LA Marzulli slash
we're drunk.
Thanksgiving special.
In the spirit. All right, so let's remember how we have to say it at the end.
You know this
No
part.
matter what's going on, give her the mic. No matter what's going on, we want to always remind you of that.
We ain't walk, but we are suddenly awake.
Yes!
Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, we're going to have a special Thanksgiving special. They'll be back with us. Hopefully, we don't know. But Thanksgiving night, we're going to have a very special Thanksgiving. God bless y'all. We love you. Bye-bye. Bye. Tell them bye. 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 Mwah. Go kisses. It's over.
Help us build the big picture family. We're on a mission to wake up the world to what is really going on. Go to LarryRagland.com to give a one-time gift or become a monthly partner. Any amount blesses the entire big picture family. While you're there, pick up our book, I See Greatness in You. Browse our merchandise store. Connect on social media and get on the big picture mailing list at LarryRagland.com. Join us and be a part of the big picture family where we ain't woke, but we are certainly awake.